What's up everybody, Hunter again with another tutorial, part of the course of Blender Beginners, and in today's video we are going to be adding objects and deleting objects. Easy go. Now, adding objects to Blender is really actually very easy. So, but before we do that, let's begin by seeing how we can remove objects or delete objects from Blender. For instance, we have 3 objects here. We already know what select is. If I pressed the delete button, the object just disappears. Let me just select everything here and then delete. Now, I know you see something that is left. That's actually nothing. Oh, but it's something. It's a cursor. I'll call it a cursor. It determines where an object is actually spawned. So now that we have removed everything from our 3D environment and we are left with only the cursor, let's start dropping in some few objects that are in with Blender. If you actually adding these things are very easy. There is something here, a button here that says add. If you want to access it in the shortcut, you can just press Shift A and then it will drop down for your menu, whereby there is a list of very many things that you can add. You can add meshes like planes, cubes, circles, UV spheres, icon sphere, cylinder, cone, torus, a grid, a monkey. We have curves, we have surfaces, we have metables, text, volumes. Everything seems pretty obvious here. There is armature, this is in animation, images, if you want to put a background or something like that. You can add lights, you can add cameras, as many as you want. You can add speakers in your environment, you can add force fields, like wind blowing, something like that, magnets, and anything, any of those stuff that you would like to play with. So let's use the normal way of adding objects, and then we click add, and then we select mesh. Now what we had at first was a cube. If I select cube, it brings us back the cube that we had as default. We all know the moving shortcuts, and then the way you can move, you can find your easiest way, but I'm going to use a shortcut. Let's use G, and I want to move this to the y-axis. Let it be there. Let's add something else. We had a cube. Let's add a cone, and then we move it also to the X. Let it be there. We can add another object. Let me say, okay, let's add a plane. Add mesh plane. Drag it to the X. There. Then we can. Now I know all of you are wondering. All of these things make sense. You can see, but the only thing that is strange here is the monkey guy. Yes, what's the monkey like? And why is there a monkey in Blender? Now, this by default is Blender's favorite, I don't know how to put it, but I would say favorite character. Like literally, they've been using this to test high poly things and all of that stuff. You'll get to know about it in future, but you'll notice that these shapes have simple polygons which cannot do as well as this, most especially if you want to do something like UV wrapping and everything else. So this monkey is by default called, is it Suzanne, the Suzanne monkey, something like that, but all details are in Blender. You can just head back to the Blender website and read about it. But yes, it's a monkey, a model of a monkey. If I grab, I can also move it around. I think, let me put this on the Y around here, and there are very many other things you can add in your world, like texts, curves, and everything else. We can add back the camera that we had. If I grabbed it, I placed it up here, and if I press this, it automatically jumps to the camera. You can rotate the camera somehow to I'll first snap out of it, and then if I want the camera to look at our objects, I can just grab it. I'll just take it back a bit, and then if you snap back, it can just see the 2 objects. Of course, I'm not being precise, but we shall learn about cameras in future, and then we know how they actually work in Blender. Alright guys, thanks again for watching us. Thanks for sticking around. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comments below. I'll check it out and I will have an answer given to you. Let's stay tuned for the next videos. You might like more what is coming up next, because we are about to finish with these introduction lessons and get our hands dirty to really making some real 3D art.